Greetings and welcome to Chaotic Beagle Entertainment. Thank you very much for joining us today. Today, this video is going to be on Arximethes' Slumbering Isle deck tech. So, thanks everybody for joining me. So, this deck tech's going to be on Mr. Big Boy here. He is a 2 green-blue, so Simic. Kraken, 12/12s. Arximethes' Slumbering Isle enters the battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as he has the slumber counters on him, it's a land. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Arximethes, and you can tap him for Simic, green and blue. So we're going to go through his deck tech real quick and go over some of the items that we have in there. This one's going to be very based on draw capabilities. Basically, draw capabilities, big creatures, ramp, draw, basically just all the things that Simic things do. So, to start off, we are going to have 12 snow-covered forests. You may be asking, why snow-covered forests? You'll find out. I'll show you as we're going through. So, 12 snow-covered forests there. We have 11 snow-covered islands. So, very nice there. Unique lands. We have 10 unique lands. Alright, so we're going to have Mosswort Bridge, Rogue's Passage, Dark Depths. So this one is a snow land, enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. For 3, you can remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. When it has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 20/20 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. So there's a nice card that goes along with this one, which is... There we go. We'll do that one next. Thespian Stage. So what you can do is with Thespian Stage... Nope. Can't get my cards up here. So with Thespian Stage... Let me zoom in a little better here. Alright. So if you have Merit Lage out, and it has the 10 ice counters on it, you bring out Thespian Stage. You tap it, and it becomes a copy of target land, except it has this ability. So if it's in play, you tap it, duplicate Dark Depths, and it does not, since this entered the battlefield with the ice counters, this did not have the ice counters on it and is already on the battlefield. So as soon as you copy Dark Depths, you get Mr. 20/20 Black Flying Indestructible. So yeah, that's nasty. And then let's say later on in the game, something's happening and you lose this guy, you can still spend 3 and get these and get them later on. So, nice combo there. Warped Landscape. There we go. Reliquary Tower to make sure you don't have to discard down. Command Tower. Flooded Grove. Nesting Ground, which is very nice. So, Nesting Ground is cool. You can tap it for mana. You can also go through and pay 1 and move a counter from target permanent you control onto another target permanent. Activate this ability only time you can do a sorcery. So you can actually move one of the slumber counters from Arximethes onto Nesting Ground. So that will get rid of 1 more of those counters. So let's say later on somebody tries to board wipe. If you've got Nesting Ground open and available and 1 mana, you can tap this to put the slumber counter back on Arximethes. He'll turn back into a land and will be negated. It will be invalid target for board wipes, damages, blow-ups, anything, return to hands, anything like that. So you turn him back into a land, can't be the, target if it says target non-land permanents. So, yeah. And Banned Panorama. Alright, that's the lands. We'll go through the artifacts next. It's not a lot in here. Artifacts, we only have 4. We've got Wayfarer's Bauble, Armillary Sphere, Soul Ring, and Dragon Throne of Tarkir. Nice finisher. Other creatures you control, 2 and tap. Equipped creature has Defender, which, you know, can't attack or whatever, but it also has 2 and tap. Other creatures you control gain trample and get XX until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So you can basically pop this on Arximethes, and any other creatures you have get 12/12 and trample until end of turn. So pretty nice. Pretty nice way to end the game. Alright, so we have enchantments coming up next. We got Quest for Ula's Temple. This is one of my endgame moves. This is Pemin's Aura. So with this, you can basically create infinite green mana with Arximethes by doing because you'll tap Arximethes for a blue and a green. You can use a blue to untap Arximethes, because this one has, it's 1 blue, 1 blue to untap enchanted creature. 1 blue enchanted creature gains flying until end of turn. 1 blue enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities this turn. So basically giving him Shroud. And for 1 colorless, enchanted creature gets +1, -1, or -1, +1 until end of turn. So you can turn Arximethes into a 0/24, or you can turn him into a 1-shot as a 23/1 creature. Or, I mean, you can do 23, but really all you gotta do is 21 since it's commander damage and it's an instant kill. And then if you've got the blue, you can make him, you know, can't be the target of spells or abilities, give it flying, all that kind of deal. So with this, you can basically create, by using the 1 blue created by Arximethes, you can basically create unlimited green mana. Omniscience, nice one to have in here. Freed from the Real, so this is a budget version of Pemin's Aura. Does about the same thing. You can tap enchanted creature or untap enchanted creature. So with this on Arximethes, you can create the unlimited green mana and just pop off a bunch of stuff. So Wilderness Reclamation. Shark Typhoon. Merit Lage. So, as I was saying, all the lands are snowlands. So with this one, when Merit Lage's Slumber or another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more snow permanents, sacrifice Merit Lage's Slumber. If you do, create Merit Lage, a 2020 black avatar token with flying and indestructible. So another way to get a Merit Lage, you know, avatar out. So I just thought that this deck was really fun for getting that out, dropping that on the field, people not expecting it. So that's why all the lands in here are snow permanents. This is a snow permanent. There's a couple of the I think Dark Depths was a snow permanent, I want to say, before, let me look. Dark Depths is also a snow permanent, snowland. So if you've got enough snowlands out in this, then yeah, big hurt time. Guardian Project. Garruk's Uprising. Who doesn't put this in a big green creature deck or Simic deck or Gruul? Any of those. Curator's Ward. And Elemental Bond. Alright, so next up we'll do Sorceries. So we've got Cultivate, Rampant Growth, Traverse the Outlands, 3 Visits, Into the North, because we have Snowland, so for 2 to get a Snowland out tapped. Nice. Fast, easy ramp. Overwhelming Stampede, another game ender. Till end of turn, creatures you control get XX, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So, yeah, you pop this out, you got Arximethes, all your creatures get 12/12 and trample. So, Whelming Wave. This will hurt against some of the creatures in your own deck on this one, but for the majority, you've got Arximethes and some of the big serpents and krakens and leviathans in here that yeah, they'll make up for that loss. Crush of Tentacles, Broken Bond, Rush of Knowledge, some card draw there. Rishkar, some more card draw with a free 5 value or less mana to be cast from your hand for free. And then Urban Evolution. Alright, Instance. A little bit of reaction to anybody wanting to do things. I want to destroy everything. Nope. Heroic Intervention. And if anybody knows, there's a little bit of tape there. This card, I have a few cards that I had purchased off of TCG that were in other languages. So this is a legitimate card. I just happened to get a other language version and decided to just kind of shoehorn the that on top of there. So that's what we got kind of going on. So just a heads up. That's not, this is by no means a proxy. It's just, that. Rewind. Counterspell. Unwind. Engulf the Shore. Stroke of Genius. And Blue Sun's Zenith. And again, this is another one of those. Blue Sun Zenith, another one that was in another language. You know what? Let's see. What was the other language? The other one I think was Japanese. Yep, another Japanese, I believe. All right, so those are all the instants. So last but definitely not least, the creatures. All right, so we got Voyaging Satyr, Kiara's Follower, Pursued Whale, Nadir Kraken, Reservoir Kraken, Stormtide Leviathan, and this one's kind of nice. Not only does he have the island walk, but he makes all lands or islands in addition to their other types. So everybody at that point has an island, and he can smack them for 8 points of damage. And then creatures without flying or island walk can't attack. So, yes. A little bit of a lockdown there. Deep Sea Kraken. That's a big boy. We got Cherix. Simic Sky Swallower. Spearbreaker Behemoth. Essie, Tyrant of the Gyre Strait. Goreclaw, Terror of Kal Sisma. Tromocratus. Kraken of the Straits. Tolarian Kraken. More card draw there. And this one, not really using this one for its 9/9 and trample, but using the Blood Rush. Discard this. Target attacking creature gets 9/9 and gains trample until end of turn. So a nice way of trying to get extra damage off for Arximethes or anything like that. Maybe help out an ally that's trying to squish somebody else that's causing you problems. Or not an ally, but another player that's trying to squish somebody that's causing you issues. Be like, hey, fix this sudden storm. Thrix. Archetype of Imagination. Another endgame kind of card. You gain flying, all their stuff loses flying, and then you just smash everybody in the face. Aether Squall Ancient. Breaching Leviathan. Icebreaker Kraken, another snow creature, snow permanent. Just saying, snow permanent. One less for each snow land you control. Enters the battlefield, artifacts and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during the next untap step. Return 3 snow lands you control to their owner's hand. Return him to owner's hand. That's an 8/8. That's a big boy. Cataract? We're gonna go with Cataract. Cataract Leviathan. Tidal Barracuda. Nezhal Primal Tide. This is very much a nice card to have out. No max hand size. Opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card. Discard 3 cards. You can exile him. Return it to the battlefield untapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Can't be countered. No max hand size. Very nice. Very nice addition. Serpent of the Yawning Depths. Most definitely one to have in here. Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpents you control can't be blocked except by Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpents. Lorthos, the Tide Maker. Now this is one, I mean, you can go with or without. This is not one that's a big one. It's just, another big octopus to have in the deck, and it was kind of fun. But he attacks. You can pay 8. If you do, tap up to 8 target permanents. Those permanents don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Hullbreaker Horror. Yes, this is most definitely a good one to have. Can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, choose one. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you can clear the board of some of the stuff that's irritating you. Slin Voda, the Rising Deep. 6 blue with a kicker of 1 and a blue. When he enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands except for merfolk, krakens, leviathans, octopus, and serpents. So again, this deck has a few that are not serpents or otherwise, but not many. So that can put a little hurt on you, but it'll mainly clean up the opposite side of the board. One-sided board wipes are the way to go with this deck. Prime Speaker Zagana. Come here. Yep, there we go. Waker of the Waves. Creatures your opponent's control get -1, -0. Tatiova, Benthic Druid. Always a staple in any Simic deck. And last but not least, Fierce Empath. Comes into play, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost 6 or more. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And with all those big leviathans and serpents and octopods, all that stuff in there, most definitely a good card to have in there. And if you return it to your hand and recast it, or use some of the infinite mana that you have, then yes, this guy can most definitely bring extra value to himself. Alright, so there you go. That's my Arximethes Slumbering Isle deck. So let me know what you all think. Any suggestions on cards you would trade out? Things you liked, things you didn't notice, or ideas that I've got that you didn't have before, or any ideas you've got that would be good for me to put in this one. So if you would, please do throw those in the comments below. Thank you all very much. And I am Chaos with Chaotic Beagle Entertainment, signing out of here. You all have a happy, safe, and fun time, all you lovely gamer hounds. And I will holler at you all in the future. Take it easy. Have a good one.